Hi, my name is Charles Lamar Jones. I was homeless, living here in San Diego, ex-military veteran. Um, After I got out of the service, I didn't have anywhere to go. This was about 2009, and I was living on the streets. I, um, I was with Alpha Project, and eventually, being with Alpha Project, they helped me find a place to stay. I'm kind of a success story. I receive veterans benefits. I'm retired. I also receive county benefits as well. Um, it's just been a long journey. It took me a while to get everything together, and now I live here at the Callan Hotel. From living on the streets to living in a SRO. I found this place through the VA. They helped me once my benefits got started. They paid 6 months rent. They did my deposit for me as well. I live here with my girlfriend. We were both homeless at the time. The owner is a good guy. We finally got got our stuff together, and this is my room. If it wasn't for the Alpha Project giving me the opportunity to have a place to stay and their rapid rehousing program, we wouldn't have been able to move in here. We pay $800 a month rent. If it was just me in the room, it would be 600. But because it's two people, it's a little bit more. We have to share bathrooms, and we also have to share a shower. This is one of the bathrooms. This is our shower area. It's almost big enough for two people. Growing up as a child in St. Augustine, Florida, the nation's oldest city, I just never really dealt with a lot of problems or issues. I was like any other kid. I went to school, hung out with my friends and everything. I graduated. When I graduated high school, I decided I didn't want to go to college right away, so I joined the military. And joining the military was a very good decision, but it also was the cause of my situation based on the injuries and everything that I went through. The training wasn't that difficult. I went to Desert Storm, Desert Shield. I have what's called Raymond's disease. It's a deteriorative muscle disorder in both of my legs, which doesn't allow me to stand or work. I have second and third degree hypothermia in my hands and feet. The cold weather injuries don't allow me to use my hands. Sometimes I use the feeling in my hands and my feet so I can't stand. I also have a bone spur in my ankle, which doesn't allow me to stand or walk that very far. So I mostly use public transportation. I can't even drive anymore. I miss driving. But the cause of me being here is basically because of all the injuries that I received while I was in the military. The cold weather injuries happened when I was in Germany in the military on a training exercise. Most of the things that I'm diabetic. Our daily lives is going to doctors, dealing with our medical issues, problems, mental issues. I'm also bipolar. It's just a lot of stuff that I've had to deal with in my life. It was okay. The military helped me out. They made sure I had a hotel for about 30 days. After that, I basically needed to find a place to stay. San Diego is very difficult out here. They do have low income housing, but the majority of the low income housing is already taken up. Um, a basic studio is about $1,500 a month, and at that time, I wasn't making that amount. Yes.
Do you ever consider maybe renting a room in somebody's house or something, or?
I'm not good with people. That's one of the mental issues that I have. Um, I'm not good with living in someone's house because then I would have to deal with any issue that might come up that I, like I said, I'm bipolar, and sometimes I'm okay. Like right now, I'm pretty good, but when I get upset, I get extremely upset, and it's difficult to live with someone when they think that you possibly might have Tourette's or something like that because you're destroying stuff, throwing stuff around, things of that nature. And I couldn't move into someone's house and be able to do that. Um, and that would have been a much cheaper option. The company that I worked for was basically a part-time thing, and once the company moved to Colorado, I was basically left with nothing. I contacted my family and made the attempt to go home, but they explained to me there just wasn't any room. So I had to figure out what I needed to do. I had a good friend, his name was Kevin Montgomery. He told me about the Alpha Project and that it was a shelter and they help homeless people move from being homeless to in a place. The program's called Rapid Rehousing. I didn't qualify at first because I was making a specific amount of money at that time when I went to the shelter. So I wasn't able to qualify. But the VA stepped in and helped me out to find a place to stay. And like I said before, they paid 6 months rent. I lived on the streets basically for about maybe a week to 2 weeks before my friend, found out. I was kind of embarrassed to be living on the streets. I didn't want to let anyone know. They both helped me out to get housing. They helped me out as far as food and clothes. They told me about the Presbyterian Church where I could have mail sent to. The Presbyterian Church also helped me get my identification card. There's many services out here. There is the St. Vincent's, there's Neil Good, there is the God's Extended Hand. St. Vincent's does lunch every day at 11:30. So I use most of the services whenever I run out of food or things get kind of tough. There's also the VA helps me out with if I need to pay a bill, and right now I'm not working. I'm applying for my disability for Social Security because of my Raymond's disease. It's been a long journey. If I could work, I would work, but I just can't. I was a surveyor for Democracy Resources. Basically, we went out and we were trying to get people registered to vote. The company set us up with tables, so I didn't have to stand. I could sit down, and people would come up and ask what we were doing and what the surveys was about. And I basically did that for about 6 months. And then once the company moved, that was it. I possibly could do maybe telemarketing, but right now, all the telemarketing jobs that I've applied to, I interviewed for, they're just not hiring as of now. But also, like I said, I have me and my girl, and we basically both have the same issues. That's kind of how we met. We were dealing with the same doctors. We were always going to appointments together, and conversation started up, and we got together like that. It's just we kind of work better with each other than we did apart. So I know I appreciate her very deeply. She's been with me from the bottom, when we both didn't have anything. We're both living in a shelter. We're both poor and homeless. And I feel that when you find someone like that, that's the kind of person that you want to keep in your life. And I decided, and we decided together to be together. So it's just been that type of a journey for us.